You guys, I just filmed the first 3 or 4 minutes of this without plugging the microphone in. I know. So the audio will get back to normal podcast audio in like 3 or 4 minutes. Just give me a little break, okay? Okay. Welcome back to the first episode of my podcast. That's weird. I know, guys. Okay, we're all going through these changes together. It's a transitional period. I'm sorry if you hear... Well, if you hear noises in the background, it's my dishwasher. Like, sorry I'm clean. I don't know what to say about that. No, honestly, I shouldn't have ran the dishwasher before I started filming. But we all make mistakes, you guys, okay? Yeah, guys, this is the first episode. There's a lot of pressure, and let me tell you why. Well, we're gonna get into the whole reason why this is a really big risk and kind of spooky, kind of scary, but I just want to say that if you did click on this video knowing that it is just me, thank you. Or, you know, not the video if you're listening, if you're an audio listener, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. I'm happy for the following that I've had over the years and the new following I've gotten from this podcast, and I'm thankful for Sam and all of that. This is, okay, Thanksgiving is this week, so we're gonna be also talking about what we're thankful for, you know? But not like it's not, I'm not gonna be like, well, I'm thankful for my friends and my family. That's the boring stuff. We know that, you guys. I have a few other things in my pocket, but there's a lot of pressure on me right now, okay? Because one, this is the first episode that you guys are clicking on knowing it's just me. And I mean, there's not much like I don't want this to be a drama podcast. I do like pop culture, so I do want to incorporate more pop culture, but I don't want this to be a drama podcast. So, you know, there's some stuff I'm going to go over today, but this is a transitional period, right? I didn't want to take a break. I didn't want to lose that momentum because number one, we've already lost a lot of momentum from not posting, right? And then if you take a break, the algorithm, it's not forgiving. We know this. So I really just want to keep going, but I obviously couldn't make all of the changes in 1 week. You know, Sam leaving, like obviously it's been a thing for a while, but it was just a thought, but it really happened very last minute, and we filmed the episode like the next day. So things are gonna change for the better, okay? I'm always gonna be listening to you guys, number one. I just wanna set this straight before we get into things, okay? I'm always gonna be listening to you guys, but I will tell you more like where I wanna take this podcast, this episode, and talk more about that because I wanna keep you guys in the loop, and I kinda want us to work on this together. Because again, I'm not taking a break. I'm not gonna be missing weeks. I do want to, this one obviously isn't coming up on Monday because we were behind, but after this one, I know, well, Thanksgiving might be a little tricky because I don't know Caesar's schedule, he edits them, but we're going to go back to Monday uploads, and every Monday you guys can be guaranteed an episode, okay? I know for me, I rely on episodes like the podcasts I watch, like Just Trish, she posts every Tuesday and Thursday. I rely on those episodes and I build my schedules around when those come out. So I understand how frustrating it is, like when you're like, okay, at least like my drive to work tomorrow, I have this podcast to listen to, and then it's not up. It like really, it stinks. It sucks. So I'm not gonna do that to you guys anymore. Very excited for that. And okay, something that's like tricky that a lot of people, it's not hard. I would never say this is hard, okay? But relatively, it's hard to have a conversation with yourself for an hour and 20 minutes and keep it like interesting and engaging and literally have no one to respond and just keep it going because again, this isn't a YouTube video. There's not like cuts like that. You gotta keep it going, keep it moving, you know what I mean? So that is tricky, and in the future, there's always going to be solo episodes with just me, okay? I want to make that very clear. Oh my gosh. I never plugged the microphone in. This is off to a really great start. As I was saying, when you're filming a podcast by yourself, things can be tricky, as we just saw. But it is really tricky to keep a conversation going, keeping it engaging, and keeping the people listening by yourself when you have no one to respond to you. So, look, there's always gonna be some solo episodes, okay? But I do want to incorporate guests. I do want to incorporate people to be like, if you watch Just Trish, to be like my Oscar. Just someone that can like, so think how like I'm using Just Trish as an example because it's my favorite podcast, okay? So think of like how Just Trish is, it's called Just Trish, it's Trish's podcast, but she has an Oscar to like, it's both of them, you know what I mean? So I do want to have that, maybe not necessarily always the same person, but like Jenna, my brother, or whoever else wants to do it. I think that would be really fun. But again, if you like the solo episodes, there will also be solo episodes. And all of this can change. I don't know. I'm going to feel out what works. I'm going to listen to you guys. Obviously, look, I know when people come into comparative roles, so like let's use Jenna as an example. She's going to be coming in. Everyone's going to be comparing her to Sam. Everyone loves Sam. So it's going to be like tricky. I'm going to, we got to give things time, see how things work. But look, I'm not bringing like, see, I need to shut up and like think about what I'm going to say. Cause like, it's not going to be like Andrew and Jenna like it was Andrew and Sam. Like it's my podcast, but I'll be talking to her sometimes or use Jenna as whoever. I don't know, guys. I'm confusing you. I'm confusing myself. But what I want you to know is I am going to be putting in a lot of effort to make this podcast something. Not only because I'm very passionate about it. It's something I've always wanted, but I need to, because I need it to work out. Look, I can go apply for jobs right now, but for once in my life, I'm not going to. Doing social media, I've always had something else. I've always had a salary. Behind social media, I've always had a salary because I hate relying just on social media. It's scary. It's so risky, especially, I've explained this, but when you're at like my level where I'm small enough where I can make no money or I'm big enough where I can make a lot of money. And it just depends on the month, the ads, what's going on in the world and the news. Like it just depends. So it is scary, but for once, I'm not going to go get another job. I'm going to just focus completely on my own social media, this podcast, and see where it goes for a few months. So I'm really, really excited. And we do, something cool is this podcast was always with Sam's managers. And my managers are also really big in the podcast space. Like they have some of the biggest podcasts in the world. So we are staying with Sam's managers, but my managers are kind of jumping on board as well. So I'm going to have like the best of both worlds, like really good managers behind this. We're already working on guests. So some of the ones I submitted, because obviously you guys, I'm not going to submit like Trish or Tana. Like I need to be realistic here. Like I need to build up the podcast before I'm like, hey, Tana, you want to come on? Or you know what I mean? So I'm just as excited as these people, though, because these are people I have been following for years and years. So I did submit Imari. I submitted Sarah Basco, which she's really big, but we'll see. Trevi Moran. Who else did I do? I submitted... Oh, okay. I asked Oscar personally. I texted him. He hasn't answered yet because... Oh, I think I fucked up, you guys. I sent him a voice memo. And me and him, like, text sometimes, but I sent him a voice memo. And him and Trisha are always saying, like, they don't listen to voice memos because it's just, like, scary territory. So I don't know why I sent a voice memo. But that was my fault. But I am going to see him at Trishmas, I think, in New York. So maybe I'll ask him there. I just don't want to put anyone on the spot. You know what I mean? Because... right now it is like a smaller podcast in the grand scheme of things. It's successful, but it is smaller. So I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable and be like, yeah, one day, like, I don't know. Who else? The managers, they also suggested some people, like there's like this this famous like sex therapist who like I think we could make a funny and informative episode together. They recommended her. But anyway, all these people they're going to reach out to, there's more too, but I'm not going to just go through the whole list. They're going to reach out to these people. We'll see who bites. We'll see who wants to do it. But in the meantime, it's going to be me, myself, and I. It's going to be fun. But going back to the risk of it all, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this could go. And you guys, okay, I love this background, right? I do love this background. It's like, I love it for a YouTube video, and I like it for the podcast, but I feel like it gives YouTube video. Like I don't see many people doing a podcast just like in their living room. And I know I was talking to the managers and they were like, oh, like, no, some of the most successful podcasts are literally just like in their living room. Like think of Cancel, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I agree. But also that's like Tana. That's like people who they can literally sell bottles of air. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking of not making like a crazy studio, but maybe turning the office into like a filming area where like maybe I put wallpaper up, get like a nice couch or a desk and put shelves on the back wall. You know what I mean? what do you guys think? I'm saying this all because you guys are going to help me. Like, we're going to work together to get more viewers and get this bigger so we can get those guests and really get it going. Like, I'm so excited. And I know, maybe that was a little boring to start it out, but I want to keep you guys in the loop with everything. And yeah, that's where I'm at with that. I think that's all the updates. Something very exciting that happened. Okay, so you guys know, after last episode, I went to San Diego for my cousin's wedding, which was so much fun. It wasn't like a traditional wedding. It was actually in like this, okay, I don't want to say bar because it was way more upscale, way more nice, new and trendy, like, but it was like a tequila bar, but they very, very nice, like 2 levels. They rented it out, very classy. So it was there, and it was basically just a DJ, I think 4 or 5 tables, not many people at all, and everyone just danced, like we drank, and it was actually the same night as the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, which we're going to talk about. I know no one gives a fuck, and neither do I. Like, we're on the same page, okay? But it was so much fun. It was a lot of fun, but you guys, the day before we went to San Diego, my brother proposed to Jenna and they got engaged. I'll put a picture here. They got engaged. So Jenna is officially going to be my sister-in-law, which is so freaking exciting. I cannot tell you guys. And shout out to my goddamn self because I took that beautiful picture in San Diego on my iPhone. I'm really excited for them. They don't know what they're going to do for their wedding yet. They don't know when it's going to be, what they're going to do. I'm telling them do a destination wedding. Like, they both have so many friends that it's just there would be hundreds and hundreds, especially like we're Italian and from New York. Like, it will be massive. So yeah, I think we should do a destination, just invite. But okay, it's not my wedding. I keep on like pressuring them, and I gotta remember it's not my wedding. I will be happy no matter what they do. But God, please do not make your wedding party come into the room dancing. I'm so sorry. I know that this happens at most weddings, so I'm gonna offend people here. And I love you. I think you're an amazing person if you did this. No matter what, you're sweet, you're caring, you're loving, but this was a bad decision. If you make your wedding party dance into the reception, like, the guys and the girls, and they all do this everyone feels uncomfortable. Nobody likes it. Everyone wants it to be over. Nobody wants to look. It's secondhand embarrassment. Why are we still doing that? That is my number one thing I will not be doing. Look, you guys, I love attention. I love attention on the internet. I love positive attention. Like, if I'm telling a funny story in a room, I've talked to like a zillion people at Playlist Live. I've told funny stories on stage, but like, I'm fine with that. But if there's like attention on me in like not a funny way, I hate it. I don't want anyone looking at me. Oh my God, don't ever make me do that. I won't do it. Like, I will be my brother's best man. He hasn't asked me, but like, let's be real. I will not do it. I will not do that. And I think they're pretty much on the same page. Guys, let's end that. See? Let's get this podcast big so I can really put out that PSA and we can put an end to that. Nobody wants it, okay? But anyway, congratulations to my brother and Jenna. Very, very, very excited for that. That's going to be fun. I am spending 3 weeks in New York for Christmas, so I will definitely have them on the podcast that time, so you guys will meet them. That's going to be very fun. Let me know who else you guys would want on. Like, you guys really helped me when I said it in the last episode. You guys really left a lot of people. Morgan Adams was one of them, and Morgan she literally will come on the podcast in a second. Like, I've already DM'd her about it a while ago. But I just don't know if that's gonna be the same now that Sam's not on it. I think she really loves Sam, which I fear is gonna be a breaking point for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, actually, I'm busy. But we'll see. Also, like, the huge risk behind it is I'm not editing for Sam anymore, right? And that was my salary. So now I just have to rely completely on this and my own channel. And right now, my channel, guys, because I post like maybe once a month, I'm making like $200 a month for my channel. It's crazy, but I'm going to go back to posting weekly. And that's what I did back in 2021 when my channel became so successful. So we'll see. But for now, we are not door dashing. We are not getting coffees every day. We are being humble and saving our money because I'm making enough to, I've calculated everything. I've crunched some numbers and I will be making enough to like cover what I need to cover, like my rent, my bills, and that's it. There's no savings. And like, I am editing for someone else, freelance. Like, it's not, and I think she does like one video a month. So her name's Rachel O'Cool, actually. I edit her I've edited her past 2 YouTube videos so far. So if you guys want to check her out, she puts so much into these videos, and like she wants like editing, like the house down boots. So if you really want to see like my editing, you could go check out her videos. I did her Beetlejuice Lydia one and the one she just posted today, I think, or yesterday, which is Glinda. She does like dress up and makeup, and she turns herself into them, and they're like funny. So I edit them like crazy. So if you want to go see like my editing, check her out. It's Rachel O'Cool. But for instance, like if she doesn't need a video edited for that month, it's going to be like, okay, I guess I have to post like 4 extra videos this month to make up for that. So it's risky, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of like motivating and fun, like gets me out of bed. Yeah. And I think that's like all the updates on that. I don't want to bore you guys and just talk about the podcast, but you guys are a huge part of it. So I do need to keep you in the loop, and I want your opinions because you guys help me, and this podcast is for you. So I really want to make it something you guys want to watch. But I do have some topics we're going to talk about this week. Oh my God, you guys, the most annoying thing happened to me yesterday. It was so sad. So sad because no one believed me. Okay, so as I told you, there's no door dashing. Like, we're not doing anything. Like, we're saving money, right? I was waiting for Zach to get home from work to eat dinner. So I didn't eat all day. Not because I couldn't. Like, I just, I took my medication and I was just busy. I forgot to eat. That happens with the medication. That's why my waist is disappearing. I actually can't find my waist. Yeah, I just didn't eat all day, and I was waiting for Zach, but I was like, oh, okay, like I'm hungry right now, and he's not gonna be home for hours, so let me just get a 4-piece chicken tender from, what is it called? Joe's Hangry Chicken? I don't know, but it is my new favorite place. It is so good. If you have one by you, you need to try it. Their chicken is, it's just fat and juicy, and look, I'm not one who likes a fat tender, okay? I'm not one who likes a fat piece of meat, but they are just the seasoning they use, the breading. Now, I will say, I love spicy, right? And they have like, their thing is like hot chicken, spicy chicken. And they have one like mild, spicy, whatever. So if you're going to get it, try the no seasoning first, just to try the chicken, because the seasoning is like that, it's like that, it's not like buffalo. It's like that spice. Like, it's really spicy. And I love it. But for me, when I'm just trying to have a chill night, I just get the no seasoning, and it still has seasoning on it, just not the hot seasoning. Anyway, I was like, let me just get a 4-piece tender, okay? And the night before, a few nights prior, me and Zach, we DoorDash dinner, and his like wasn't working, so I did mine, and it was glitching. It was glitching so bad. So whatever. That matters in the story. So yesterday, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to order 4 tenders just to hold me over, just some protein to hold me over because I'm so skinny now with my medication. Like, I really don't need a lot. I ordered it, and I just, I didn't even get fries, didn't get a drink, fries are like my favorite food. Everyone already no one would believe me that I didn't get fries, okay? I order it. It comes. I open my door. There is a briefcase, a suitcase, a pallet of chicken. And I get my forklift and I carry it inside. I put it on my counter. I open it up and it is 6 orders of chicken tenders. So I said, oh my God, I got someone else's order. That's crazy, but like, oh no. I look and the ticket says Andrew. So I pulled out my app and I go to my receipts and it was $118 because there were 6 orders of chicken on there. And I don't know how that happened. I really don't. And so I'm texting Zach and I'm like, Zach, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't like get a refund. It's in my house. I opened them all now at this point, except one. I didn't open the bottom one because I was like, oh my God, these are all just chicken. There's so much chicken. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, Zach, I don't know what to do. And he's like, babe, like you definitely ordered all those. Like, it's fine. Like, just admit it. And I'm like, no, like I didn't, because sometimes I'll do the thing where I'm like, oh, like how did this extra fry get in here? I ordered it. And he's caught on by now. But I was like, Zach, I seriously did not do it. Like, I'm trying to save money. You know I wouldn't do this. I didn't even get a drink. I didn't even get fries. Anyway, didn't believe me. When he got home, he opened that last one and it was fries. So it really did not make me look good. Am I low-key happy about it? Yeah, like it was a happy accident, of course. But I'm so sad for my bank account. Anyway, I will be having chicken all week, so ignore my acne next week. Because all I'm gonna be eating this week is fried chicken. You wanna know what I had today for lunch? Fried chicken. I don't know what to do for dinner. Actually, it's gonna be fried chicken. I'm gonna have acne next week, and it is what it is. Anyway, that was the story there. All right, let's get into some of these topics. First off, you guys, we have the Coachella lineup that was announced, which I think it was announced early, right? Like, because Coachella happens in what, like April maybe? And we're pretty far out. So I'm thinking maybe there's a drop in the sales there. We know Coachella was at its peak in like 2018, right? Like, I feel like 2018 when like the assless chaps of it all and all the influencers were going and it was crazy. And then obviously the pandemic happened and I feel like it hasn't been the same since. Plus like that whole wave of influencers is getting older, right? So I don't know. I feel like maybe the sales have been going down because also a lot of the people who have been going are saying it's getting a lot more chill, but it's also kind of the vibe because I feel like for a while it was becoming not about the music and more about the outfits and who can be the most popular and who can post the best Instagram pictures. But now that it's getting more chill, I feel like more people are caring less and going for the music, which is cool. So maybe it will have like a resurgence. But I just feel like the same thing will happen again where it'll have a resurgence. People will start going, trying to outdo each other. And literally history repeats itself, right? But we'll see. They did announce it. So I have a picture of the lineup here. We'll put it up on screen. I'm sure most of you have seen it. We have Lady Gaga. Okay, for a really long while after they announced this, I didn't realize Green Day was even on it because Green Day is like all the way off to the right, which I think that's pretty much how they do it every year. But I don't know. For some reason this year I didn't see it. I just saw Charlie XCX and I was like, damn, that is like she's headlining. That's crazy. That's so good for her. But no, it's Green Day. I think Charlie XCX should have been over Green Day. Look, I wasn't like big into the brat of it all, but I love seeing someone like shoot into fame. I mean, I know she's been famous for like over 10 years now, but I just loved like her blow up this year. I always love following someone's blow up. So I thought it was really cool that she was headlining. I think she should be over Green Day. Look, they're huge. They're legends, right? But this is 2024, and I think maybe they should have just been switched, in my opinion. I grew up on Green Day, so I have nothing against them. But anyway, yeah, okay, so we have Lady Gaga, Green Day, and Post Malone. That's pretty good, you guys. I gotta say. And then we have Missy Elliott, Charlie XCX, and Megan Thee Stallion. Again, I'm old as dirt, so Missy Elliott was huge. But having her second is a little crazy to me. Love her. Is it worth it? Love her. But I think no, I won't say anything. She deserves it. I mean, she's put in the work, and she's still relevant. Look at her. But, okay, so Benson Boone. Okay, I would never, ever, ever be caught dead at Coachella. It is so not my vibe. First of all, you're dirty. I hate being dirty. Second of all, it just... I'm not fashionable like that, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm just not. Maybe I'll get there one day, but it just doesn't... Oh, and then, like, just... You guys know I've never been to a club, and it's like club vibes. I don't do drugs, and I feel like a lot of people need drugs to survive it. And it's not my vibe. But look, if this podcast takes off and a brand wants to offer to send me, maybe I wouldn't say no. With this lineup, I mean, this is a pretty good lineup. This is Zed. Like, this would be people I'm excited to see, especially Benson Boone. I don't know, you guys. This might have been the lineup to get me there. Like Lady Gaga. This could have been it. Let's blow this podcast up. Let's blow this popsicle stand up. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so I do think oh, and wait, so Travis Scott is on the bottom, but it says designs the desert. What does that mean? What is it, like, is he performing? I don't know what that means. But maybe I think the sales of this one will be good. Maybe a lot of people are gonna be going to this one. There's no like new, there's no like breaking news, right? And I'm really going to try to stay on top of things in the future. Like, obviously I'm going to be posting every week, so I'm going to have like new breaking news. I'm going to talk about for a second, and I know like this has been talked about, the Brianna Chickenfry, Bryan thing for a second, because there is some new stuff. But just because we were behind, like I haven't been able to talk about this stuff, I am going to be filming every week. So all this stuff will be breaking. It'll be new. But okay, the Zach Bryan and Brianna Chickenfry thing. If you guys are new to that situation, I know a lot of you guys tell me you get your pop culture news from me, which I need to be better then. I need to be better if you're getting your pop culture news from me, because I just be saying whatever, okay? But Zach Bryan is a huge country star. Is there a T at the end of his name? I always kind of just say it quick because I don't know. Okay, no, there's not. Zach Bryan. Easy. Huge country star. I think just like right under Morgan Wallen. He's selling out stadiums all across the country. Huge, huge, huge. Brianna Chickenfry has been dating him for over a year. They were in what seemed to be a very happy relationship. I even talked about them on here a couple episodes ago when Zach Bryan is the one who he got drunk and he tweeted shade at Taylor Swift saying Kanye West is better than her. And then the next day he was like, I'm sorry. And he posted so many things like apologizing and was like kissing the ground Taylor Swift walked on, right? Now, Brianna Chickenfry has always been known to not be a Taylor Swift fan. She's not against her. She never really said anything bad about her. She was just like, she's not for me, which is something you don't really want to say on the internet, which is kind of crazy. You're allowed to have an opinion. As a huge Swiftie myself, I think people can say they don't like her, okay? That, you know, if you're going to say she's not talented, that's a little crazy. Or that she doesn't deserve the success, or that she's not the biggest star right now. Like, those are all factual things, right? But Brianna never said any of that stuff. She just wasn't a fan. So anyway, Zach Bryan made those tweets, and then he was apologizing up, down, left, and right. I talked about it, and I was like, I like Zach Bryan. I forgive him. He always seems so supportive of Brie. He always seems so, you know, a lot of people put influencers down, especially people who are of his stature. Like, he's a huge A-list celebrity country star. And I was like, he supports her, like, and her social media career and all this. Boy, was I wrong. They broke up. He put the breakup out on his Instagram story before Brie even knew he was going to do that. So I guess, like, spoiler, he was, like, abusive throughout their entire relationship. Emotionally. From what I gathered, this is so alleged. Allegedly, physically, it seemed like, even, like, just, like, he smashed her phone a bunch of times. Like, she said she wasn't sharing everything, so we'll get into that. But I took it as, like, maybe there was some alleged physical abuse there. I don't know. I hope not. But he was not supportive of her. I guess he broke up with her all the time because emotional abuse, you know, that's just, you break up and then you love bomb them, you take them back the next day. I'm so sorry for what happened last night, whatever. So I guess that's kind of how she took it. Anyway, the next day he posted on his Instagram story, me and Brie broke up, kind of blindsided her. And it turns out it was because he was caught on Raya, which is a dating app for celebrities. And I guess he wanted to get ahead of the curve. And before it came out, like, oh, he's cheating on her, he wanted to be like, oh, yeah, we broke up, sorry, before it could get out that he was caught on Raya. And that's kind of how this all unfolded. Brie posted a video on her podcast channel, but it was literally her just on her bathroom floor alone. It was like a 4-minute video, crying, saying, please just give me time to process this. You know, I'll fill you guys in when I can. Fast forward maybe a week or two, she puts out a podcast episode. She's on a podcast with Dave Portnoy and Josh Richards. It's called BFFs. I know most of you know this. I'm just filling the people in who don't know quickly before I get into the new stuff. It's called BFFs, and she dove in, and it became like the biggest story. It became like the Brooke Schofield and Clinton situation of now. Huge breaking story. She went in to say how abusive he was, how he wouldn't let her dress certain ways, wouldn't let her do her hair certain ways, just was so manipulative and did not support her career at all. Anytime she would do something for herself, such as like go on tour for her podcast, he would just break up with her and just make her completely miserable in a time where she had to be happy and go on stage, put a smile on, right? Or like when she went to the Golden Globes, he broke up with her, unfollowed all of her friends, Dave Portnoy, Grace, everyone, because of what she was wearing. But then he posted a picture of what she was wearing and was like, my girlfriend's beautiful, yet breaking up with her behind closed doors. Really like crazy, manipulative things. I'm not gonna get into it all because most people know about it, but if you wanna watch it, they posted the episode, I think 2 weeks ago. It has like millions of views. You can go watch it on the BFFs channel. Dave Portnoy is like her wingman. And Josh, they're putting out like diss tracks towards Zach Bryan. They're getting millions of views. They're so funny. Dave Portnoy, he's like Jeffree Star to another caliber. Like, he has enough money where he doesn't care. He can do whatever he wants, and he is doing just that. And it is so funny. I'm really happy Brie has someone like that, right? So, at the end of the episode, Brie did kind of, it seemed like she was done. And then at the end of the episode, she got into another story of how that's kind of what gave me the vibe that it could have been physical. Basically, it was her birthday. All her friends were there. They were around a campfire, and he kind of started acting rowdy because also it alludes that he might have been addicted to alcohol, drugs maybe. So he started getting rowdy. She went to sleep because she was like, I don't want to deal with this, hoping he would follow her. She fell asleep. He didn't follow her and wound up getting into a fight with like all of her girlfriends, screaming, cursing them out. He had to be held back by her aunt. It was recorded. Anyway, long story short, she was offered $12 million to sign an NDA and be quiet and never speak about this. She declined it because she wants to be a voice for all of the other women and people who go through abusive relationships. And I think that's amazing because I mean, I can't say because I'm not in her shoes with, but I probably would have taken the money. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. No, I would have. At this point, I would have. So I really applaud her for that. That's amazing. And she is doing that. She's being a voice for all these people. And I think it's amazing. That's kind of the backstory. But aside from that, I do think this was really good for her career because now she's able to talk about it and she has all these eyes on her. So I think in the long run, it might make her more money than $12 million because she gained so many followers, which is not why she did it, but she really is using her voice. And now, to tie all that together, she's really listening to Taylor Swift's lyrics. And she's a huge Swiftie, which is really fun. And every day she's just posting Taylor Swift lyrics, and she's going to go to the Eras tour. And I think that's fun. You guys know I always liked Brie. On the very first episode of this podcast, I said she was one of my dream guests. So I'm very excited about that. But this week, she was rumored to have a new boyfriend. I didn't see the actual video that caused the rumor, but I did see people talking about it. Let's watch it.
If you guys think I'm ever gonna have a boyfriend again, I am in intensive therapy. I said in my video before that, I'm hanging out with a guy, he's going back to Australia. I'm never gonna see him again. Am I not allowed to live a little? Am I not allowed to smooch a little?
Okay, so I guess she posted a sound effect. She posted a sound of Taylor Swift, like I just said, and she's with a guy on a bench in New York City, and they're cuddling. It looks like they're cuddling. I guess people obviously that's going to go viral because there's so many eyes on her right now. So I think it's fun. She did it, whatever. She knew it would get views, but everyone thought that was her new boyfriend and she moved on this quick. But she's playing the game, which I think is great. I support it. I think that's funny. But she did confirm that it's debunked. That is not her new boyfriend. And she doesn't plan to have one anytime soon. She's in therapy. So that's good. I do think being in therapy is going to help. Oh my gosh. And okay, so I just watched the most recent episode of BFFs, and she said she had a FaceTime call with Zach Bryan's ex-wife because, you guys, he is a little piece of shit. Okay, while his wife was serving in the military, literally deployed, he served her divorce papers. Allegedly. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. That's what everyone says. So maybe it's alleged. I don't want to start any rumors, but it's already a rumor. That's what everyone says. He served her divorce papers while she was deployed. Crazy. And so Brie got to have a FaceTime with her, and a lot of Zach's exes, none of them ever said anything, which leads a lot of people to believe that they took the money, there's nothing wrong with that. I think Brie has a platform. She makes money, so it's good that she didn't take the money because she can really tell everyone's story without telling it. But maybe these people needed that money. So good for them for doing whatever they had to do. But Brie did have a FaceTime call. She said it was very therapeutic, and I'm really happy that she was able to be validated on a lot of things. So I'm not, there's not much to joke around about that situation. It is a very serious situation that a lot of people are in. I'm sure even people watching this have been in that situation, are in that situation, and that's horrible. And I really hope that everyone is able to get out of it safely and be able to help others one day. So yeah, not the funniest segment, but you guys, You guys, look, everything is wicked right now. Okay? I have never been a theater kid, which everyone assumes because I'm gay, I was a theater kid. No, I've never actually seen a play. I saw Beauty and the Beast on Broadway in 5th grade because that was my 5th grade trip. But I've never seen a Broadway play other than that. And I feel like theater is a thing where people either love it or they hate it. And like they make it their personality to hate it. I'm not like that. I appreciate it. Actually, a lot of the songs I love, like I know from Dear Evan Hansen, there's some songs like the Waving Through, that song. Really like that song. And then Wicked, of course, has the bops. It has the bops. So although I've never seen Wicked, I don't know the story and I don't want any spoilers. I have been waiting for this movie. I am so excited. You guys know I'm not a big movie person, but when there's a huge blockbuster like this, I become a movie person. I am so excited. It came out, I think, yesterday, and I'm going to go see it probably tomorrow. I cannot tell you guys how excited I am for Defying Gravity. We all know, okay? I'm seeing TikToks of people being like, I'm going to sing. Get over it. I'm going to sing in the theater. I've been waiting my whole life for this. Like, I'm going to sing. And it's like, stop that. No, like everyone's been waiting. Okay, maybe not me. Like I haven't been waiting my whole life for this, but like, don't ruin it for other people, right? They have the sing-along ones coming out in December. Wait for that. Don't sing. Because if I go and I'm really waiting for like I haven't looked at any spoilers. I haven't looked at the actual play, nothing. I'm really waiting for this movie. And if I have people singing along, I'm going to have to throw hands. And I don't want to have to throw hands. I'm spooked about that. Jenna's actually seeing it right now as we film this. So I'm excited to get her take. And I know, like, I'm not going to talk too much about it. I know, like, it has been just everywhere. The press run has been absolutely insane. It's reminding me of the Barbie one last year. It's huge. And oh my gosh, you guys, I really should just like make content when I think about it, because all I have been thinking about is how like Cynthia and Ariana, their interviews were always them like just hugging and crying. And it was before anyone was making content on this. And I was like, I really want to make like a parody of like an interview with them, literally just like hugging and crying, because that's all they do. And then everyone started doing it. But then it started snowballing into like hate. And now they're getting a lot of hate. Like there's definitely, they're getting so much love, but they're also getting a lot of hate because like every interview they're like hugging and crying. But like, it is their dream roles. So I don't understand why everyone is hating. I know people are hating on Cynthia because like the original poster is Glinda whispering into Elphaba. Is it Elphaba or Elphaba? I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet. Leave me alone. But it's Glinda whispering into her ear, and the hat is like covering Elphaba's eyes. But in this movie, the new one, her eyes are visible and she's staring right into the barrel of the camera, as she said. But a fan just like innocently edited it to look like the original version. So they like covered her eyes, and she took like great offense to it, and maybe she didn't have the best reaction. But look, it was something she's passionate about, whatever. Anyway, that obviously spiraled into so much hate, and she gets a lot of hate now, but I think I know she's so talented, and she'll get past it. But either way, I'm so excited to see the movie. It's live vocals. Like they literally sang it on set. They didn't like do it in a recording studio. So that's really exciting. I love a good vocal. Very excited to see that. A lot of this stuff, like I said, has been talked about, but nothing, like I'm filming this at a time, like I want to get this up before Thanksgiving, and I haven't talked about this stuff yet, so I want to like catch up with you guys, and then we'll dive into new stuff. That's why like I was feeling a lot of pressure for this episode, because like obviously I'm not taking a break, but like I said, this is a transitional period, and then we're going to get into the flow of like what this podcast is going to be. This is me getting self-conscious and over-explaining, which I always do. That's just part of me. I know everyone's like, you need to stop, but it's part of me. I over-explain. Okay? It is what it is. Oh my gosh, you guys, the adult website they put on the back of the dolls. I'm sure you guys saw that. Obviously, like we're just going over stuff, catching you guys up. They had Wicked dolls of like Glinda, Elphaba. Help me. How do I say it? Okay, is it 1 Elphaba or 2 Elphaba? 1 or 2? Help. They put out these like Barbie dolls, and on the back they put like wicked.com, and that is an adult, like a very explicit adult website. it was supposed to be wickedthemovie.com. So now these are all getting recalled because obviously these are for kids. And these like kids who are typing in this website are seeing things they should not be seeing. So that was I don't know how that happened. That is like somebody got fired. That's real. That's bad. Let's see. Miley Cyrus announces new album and says it'll be the most experimental album yet. I have not seen that. That's crazy because she's already been so experimental. Like Miley, obviously we knew the Bangers era. And then I think she had like an era after that. But after that, it was kind of her just, to me at least, her just kind of putting out covers or songs here and there. I feel like she hasn't had an era again since that. You know what I mean? So that's exciting. I'm excited for a Miley era. She's an icon. Like, obviously, she's an icon. Billboard released their greatest pop stars of the century list, which, okay, speaking of Miley Cyrus, let's see the list. From what I've seen, though, they haven't announced the first 2 spots yet, at least when I'm filming this, which I know it's between Beyonce and Taylor Swift. And you guys, okay, look, I love Beyonce, but it should be Taylor Swift, in my opinion. So you can't get mad because that's my opinion. You know? And like, if you say it should be Beyonce, oh my gosh, we're still best friends because that's your opinion. And I love Beyonce. I think Beyonce should be number 2. But let's be real here. Okay, so let's see. Let me open the list. We have at 16, why does it only go to 16? Hold on. Let me go to the actual. Oh, okay. At 25, we have Katy Perry. Really? I think she should be a little higher than that. I mean, if you guys are younger, maybe you wouldn't understand, but Katy Perry was all over the radio in my era. Okay, Ed Sheeran, yes, at 24. At 23, we have Bad Bunny. At 22, One Direction. Oh my gosh, wait. That makes me so happy that they're on it. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, wait. I told the managers. I say the managers because they're mine and Sam's, but I guess they're all mine now because Sam's do the podcast, whatever. I told them to like hook Sarah Baska with telling her I was like the biggest One Direction update account. And also Caitlin Ray. They also are reaching out to Caitlin Ray, which I think she would be fun. And I was like, guys, hook them with saying I was the biggest One Direction update account back in the day. Because like they probably definitely followed me. Okay, that makes me happy. One Direction is on there at 22. 21, Lil Wayne. Okay, 20, Bruno Mars, yes. 19, BTS. 18, The Weeknd. I thought he would be higher considering he's like one of the most streamed or the most streamed person in the world. 17, Shakira. 16, Jay-Z. 15, Miley Cyrus. Yes. 14, Justin Timberlake. Okay, I feel like he should be lower, as in like in the 20s. And I was there for the Justin Timberlake era. 13, Nicki Minaj. 12, Eminem. 11, Usher. 10, Adele. She should be higher. Now, Adele should be higher. She has so many records. Like, she's broken so many records. And it's Adele. 9, Ariana Grande. 8, Justin Bieber. I feel like Justin Bieber should be higher. I feel like Justin Bieber should be top 5. Am I wrong? Like, guys, if we sit here and try to think of all of the Justin Bieber hits, we actually couldn't name them all. Like, we couldn't. Okay, 7, Kanye West. Delete it. 86. That sucks. What? For real? Kanye West? Like, look, yes, he's had some hits. He's had some bangers. But number 7? Are we being for real? What is this based on? Okay. 6, Britney Spears. Yes, of course. 5, Lady Gaga. Of course. Lil Monster, Until the Day I Die. But here's the thing. Okay, I am huge Lady Gaga fan. Huge. Is it focus on me? I feel like, okay, guys, the lighting, it got dark, but I'm using the ring light, so the lighting might be a little weird. But I'm a huge Lady Gaga fan. Actually, Jenna might kill me because she is like, Lady Gaga is her life. And I am Lady Gaga is in like my top 3. Like, I love Lady Gaga. But I feel like if we were to sit here and try to name like all of the Lady Gaga hits that were on the radio and all of the Justin Bieber hits that were on the radio, it would be way harder to name the Justin Bieber ones because there's so many. And okay, I'm using Lady Gaga because she's just as big, right? So this isn't to compare because I'm probably a bigger fan of Lady Gaga than I am Justin Bieber. But I just think Justin Bieber should be higher than 8. Anyway, okay, then at number 4 we have Drake. Sure. 3 we have Rihanna. I mean, yeah, Rihanna has also had so, like, you can't even name all of her hits that have been on the radio. And then 2 and 1 are question marks because it's either going to be Beyonce or Taylor Swift. Of course, I want it to be Taylor Swift at number 1 and Beyonce at number 2. I've said this before. I was a huge Beyonce fan back in the day, like when she was doing Halo, Destiny's Child. And then when she got more like kind of like rap-ish, that's when I fell more off the bandwagon because I'm just not I was never into rap. That's a pretty solid list. I mean, if I could add anyone on it, who would I add? I would add Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson has had so many hits that we forget about. So I would add her. I love Kelly Clarkson. Who else? Is there anyone else I'm forgetting that I would add? Who would you go? Okay, wait, guys, leave it in the comments who you would add to this list. And no, like, we can't say Chaperone or Sabrina Carpenter because, like, they're new. You know what I mean? I mean, I know Sabrina's been around forever, but, like, they just blew up. So we can't say that, you guys. But who would we add? I know there's... okay. Not that I'm a huge fan of her music, but Selena Gomez, she has also had so many hits, like, always had a song on the radio. Like, if you go and look at her songs, you'll be like, oh, I know that one. Oh, I know that one. Oh, I know. I feel like she should be on this list. For sure. That's my opinion. The pop culture stuff, it was kind of dry. It was kind of dry this week, I know, okay? But like I said, I'm going to be filming weekly, and we're going to be the breaking. You guys are going to hear stuff first from me, okay? No more news, me. Okay, update. Jenna just finished Wicked, and she texted me in capitals, holy fuck, what a movie. I'm going to have to text her back because I'm going to have to call her. But you guys heard it here first. I'm so excited. I think I'm going to see it tomorrow. But tonight, me and Zach are decorating for Christmas. And you guys, he just texted me, should I get us matching pajamas for us to decorate tonight? How stinking cute is that? That's cute because Zach is, like, that's not something normally he would, like, he's very quiet and shy. So that's so cute. I want to get into things I'm thankful for. And I know some people are like, oh, you shouldn't celebrate Thanksgiving, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm obviously not celebrating the pilgrims. I'm celebrating the amazing ass food my mom makes. I'm celebrating my family coming over and all sitting around a table together. I'm celebrating the crisp fall air and the sweaters hiding my titties, my rolls. I'm celebrating all of that. I'm not celebrating the pilgrims. Damn it. Okay? So I don't want to hear it. So when I am eating stuffing and turkey and sweet mashed potatoes, close your mouth. Okay? So, with that being said, popular, you're gonna be popular. Wait, I kind of just... I know. I kind of just ate that the fuck up, right? So if you're trying to find me, look. Okay, no, I won't do that one. Look, I know Thanksgiving could be triggering for some people. Some family members are triggering, you know, those family members who love to bring up politics or love to say, oh, you don't have a girlfriend yet? You don't have a boyfriend yet? Oh, you're not pregnant yet? You're not engaged yet? Just pour your gravy and shut up, right? So I know it can be triggering, but I kind of set the line straight. Like with I hate talking about politics. There's no reason why we got to be talking about that on Thanksgiving when we're all trying to be thankful for each other and everyone's fighting about politics and this and that. And it's just like, shut up. I laid down the line. I was like, listen, I'm not talking about that. And like, everyone knows now if they're going to talk about it, I get up and I leave the room because it's just like, shut the fuck up. And if you're my family watching this, I need you to know, shut the fuck up. Don't talk about politics at Thanksgiving. I love you all. But that is code shut the fuck up. Anyway, so I think that's what you all need to just lay down line with your family. Be like, I'm not talking about that. If you're going to talk about it, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go in the other room and leave it at that. Don't argue because that's what these people look for, okay? What is everyone's favorite food at Thanksgiving? I need to know because for me, I know a lot of people have mac and cheese and mashed potatoes and stuff like that. I've actually never had that for Thanksgiving because for me, it's like more like, obviously I have a very big like Italian family. So we've never done like the mac and cheese, the regular mashed potatoes, which is crazy. Like those are some like my favorite foods. But for us, like we always have turkey, ham, stuffing. My mom, everything is homemade. My mom always does the cooking on both sides of the family. I've said it before, I can't cook because my parents, both of them, have always loved to cook. So I never had to learn how to cook, and it's I need to learn because I need to stop door dashing. But my parents just always wanted to cook for us. So my mom my mom and dad do all the cooking. We always do turkey, ham, stuffing. She makes everything from scratch, even the desserts, gravy, the cobblers, everything. My mom has always made homemade stuffing. That's my favorite. It's just my favorite. Also, she makes the best, I guess we call it sweet potato casserole. Mashed sweet potato casserole. I don't know what you would call it. It's basically mashed sweet potatoes and she mixes stuff in it to make them taste so good and then puts marshmallows on top and melts them and they get like a little burnt on top and they're like crispy. Oh my God. Those are amazing. And then she makes cornbread casserole where it's like cornbread, but you don't eat it with your hands because it's so sorry to say it, but it's so moist and like it falls apart and there's like actual like pieces of corn in it, but it's cornbread. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. That woman needs to make a recipe book, even if it's just a few pages. Like, anyway, my point was the things we have that are supposed to be like, the mac and cheese, the mashed potatoes, like we'll have pasta first or, rice balls. My mom makes homemade rice balls. But that's usually an every year thing. We always have rice balls. Stuffed artichokes. Those are so good. She makes them so good. Stuffed mushrooms is a thing. I don't eat mushrooms, but everyone raves about my mom's stuffed mushrooms. But I want to know some of your things that like you guys do that maybe a little more unique. Like I want to know like a tradition you guys always have at your Thanksgiving. Even if it's not food, just something you guys do or whatever. Because I'm interested. Oh my God. I'm not going home for Thanksgiving this year. This is going to be the first year ever that I'm not having my mom's cooking. And it's devastating. It is devastating. And I owe it all to Trishmas because I have to go home for like the second week of December. So I literally can't go 2 consecutive weeks, especially now that I'm saving money. So I will be here. It's going to be me, Zach, and his mom. And none of us really cook. So it's going to be interesting. Dogs. Hey, come here. Come here. Things I am thankful for. Okay, I am thankful for refrigerators. Everyone is always like, oh, I'm so thankful for my friends and my family. But nobody is ever saying they're thankful for refrigerators. Hello? You would be burying your food underground to keep it cold. Hello? Like, what would you do without a refrigerator? You'd be eating warm cheese. To be honest, you'd be eating warm fruit. Your drink's warm, hot in the summer even. So I really think we need to pay a big thank you to refrigerators, maybe even electricity. Thank you, Thomas Edison or Jefferson. Thank you to both of those men, either way. Well, they probably weren't nice. They probably were not good, but thank you for that. Thank you for electricity, but most of all, thank you for refrigerators. Moving forward, thank you for salt. Never heard that one. Salt makes everything taste better. You can put it on everything. I am so thankful for salt. I mean, it is just so, it makes you thirsty. It dehydrates you. Okay, but then like when you're dehydrated, you put it in your water and it rehydrates you. So salt is really just used for everything. Chocolate, there's salt in chocolate. Oh, that food that tastes sweet? Yeah, there's salt in it too. No one really pays thank you. Everyone's always like, oh, too much salt. Oh, there's salt in this? Like, oh, can I get them unsalted? Weird. Salt is only there to help and enhance the experience. So I want to pay a big thank you to salt. When I was young, we did not have GPS. Like, there were paper maps. There were paper maps that our parents were using. And then it like went to MapQuest when like the computers became a thing and they would have to like print out the directions, like make a right after. No, GPS, I would never leave my house if we did not have GPS. I am forever in debt to GPS. So I'm very thankful for that. Whoever invented but Bill Gates, Elon Musk, I don't know who invented that, but thanks. Again, probably really bad people. Probably a really bad person invented GPS, but I'm thankful for it. And you guys should be too. And of course, I am thankful for you guys. For real. You guys know I'm so thankful for you. And you know, like, I'm very passionate about this and the podcast. And I don't know how many people are going to continue to watch with just me, especially after this episode. Guys, it's going to get better, I promise. But transitional period, okay? I just want to get something out for you guys. But I really do appreciate you guys, and I'm so thankful. This podcast happened at a time that it was the hardest time in my life. We launched this podcast the week Adriana took her own life, which my life has been upside down ever since. And this podcast was the one stable thing in my life. It got me out of the house to go to Sam's every week. It got me excited to like wake up. And it really, really, it kept me going. It really, really did. So I am so thankful. I could cry. I'm not going to cry though. But I really am so thankful for this podcast and for you guys who continue to watch and leave positive comments and just let me do this. And hopefully one day I'll be able to do this comfortably and not be scared for my life. But I don't think I say that enough, how much this podcast really means to me. And that's why I'm not letting it go like that. And with that being said, of course, we know I'm thankful for my friends and family. That's more personal. I don't have to get into that, but I am thankful for that. So that's why like I'm so connected to like the Just Trash podcast, because they posted 2-3 hour episodes a week. So it really, it kept like, it was always something on in the background for me, like to keep me from my mind from wandering to the Adriana and just overthinking, because I'm alone most of the day because Zach's always working and I live in a separate state away from all of my family. So I'm never going to tell Trish and Oscar that, just because being an influencer myself, I know a lot of people can trauma dump and it gets exhausting, not in a way where I don't want to hear, but it's like constantly taking on people's trauma. It can be a lot for you. So like will never tell them that. I always just want to keep it positive vibes, but like they really helped so much, like more than I can ever explain. So like if that podcast ever stops, I don't know what I'm going to do. But that's why I have such a connection to them. And yeah, I've never really said that, but I'm forever thankful for the Just Trash podcast, for real, just for that. And of course, you guys, which I've already said, I love you guys so much. And this podcast is only going to go up from here. It's only going to go up. I have a lot of things planned. Like I said, with the whole set, as I'm saving right now and I'm making smart decisions. So I'm not just going to create a whole set and things need to happen slowly. For right now, my main focus was getting videos out for you guys and proving to you guys I'm going to be consistent, proving to future guests that I'm going to be consistent, proving to future brands that I'm going to be consistent. And that is my goal right now. I want to get it to a place where it's more structured. And yeah, you guys know. I've already told you. I love you guys so much. If you are listening on an audio platform, please give it 5 stars. I need it now more than ever, you guys. And please leave a comment. Again, I need everything. Thumbs up. I need everything now more than ever. I need all your help. We're going to do this together, guys, and let's see where we can take this. And it's going to be so embarrassing if this fails in a few months, but let's see what we can do. I want to take it to the moon, and I love you guys. So with that being said, I will see you guys. Well, hold on. I want to say I'll see you on Monday, but I got to see with Caesar's schedule because it is Thanksgiving. I assumed after this episode we will go back to Mondays, but it might be the episode after that just because Thanksgiving. But if Caesar's all good, then back to Monday's next episode. Either way, you're going to get an episode each week. I just want to get back on the Monday schedule so you guys know when to expect me. I will be there for you, and you can plan around that. Also, I'm going to be filming an extra video a month, like whether it's advice or something along that line, so that if I do get sick or if I have to travel last minute, I could just throw that video up. And I'm going to film one a month so that it doesn't get too old. I don't want to be throwing up a video from like 3 months ago. But yeah, and then if I just so happen to film all 4 episodes that month, I'll just throw it up either way. So I just want to always have an episode in the bank because you never know what's going to happen. And then, yeah, I love you guys so much. Thumbs up, do everything. Let's do this together. And happy Thanksgiving to you guys and your families. I will see you next week.